The new Chainsaw Man, chapter 209, starts off where the last one, left off. And Yoru and Denji getting attacked by the falling devil. Now, a lot of people thought, good, Yoru's dead. I don't know why he thought she's dead. She's a devil, okay? Her and Denji, they're kind of immortal in a lot of ways, all right? Especially Denji as per his contract with Fuchida. So, I just want to start by saying this chapter was pretty good like the other ones. I don't know how people feel like the art of Fujimoto has fallen off. I don't know how they feel like that. Maybe, it has shifted and changed, and I feel like it's become more refined. It's become way more refined. So I wouldn't say it's bad. But I want to say another thing that I think is kind of funny. This right here, I usually thought people, whenever they talked about, well, damn, Fujimoto's drawing the characters with a fat ass and this and that, I thought people were just over exaggerating. Until this chapter, I see it now. I definitely see it 100%. This is not an accident. She's looking pretty heavy in this panel, okay? I just want to say that. So I think the fallen devil actually died in this chapter because Yoru obliterated her, turned her into nothing, so I don't think she can return from that. But that is not the highlight of this chapter. The main thing I should be talking about, I'm ranting about fat asses and all this other shit. But listen, Yoru remembering nuclear weapons, okay? That was a big highlight to this chapter. It's a callback to something that happened earlier in the series, okay? With Makima speaking to, I forgot this guy's name, I'll just call him Mads Mikkelsen. Makima was talking to Mads Mikkelsen, and she mentions how the Nazis, World War II, a lot of other things, including AIDS and nuclear weapons, once existed and were feared by everybody, but they got erased just like devils' names when Chainsaw Man eats them. Okay, Chainsaw Man is the one who ate the nuclear weapons devil and erased these things from existence, or at least their names and the concept from existence, okay? It also links and kind of harps on something that Makima wanted to do in the past. The whole plan that she had, she wanted to use Chainsaw Man to erase war, death, and hunger. This is something I've mentioned in a previous video because it's always relevant to what's going on now, especially because we're seeing her sister, the other devil, running around and doing these things. Now, we also know that before, parts of her body got eaten, okay? So with the parts of the war devil's body being eaten, okay, those concepts were erased and she grew weaker, okay? Chainsaw Man, I believe Chainsaw Man will not fully eat any of these concepts because war, death, famine, and control, all of these concepts are very much needed for the structure of like everything, okay? If death is gone, people will be immortal. Like, just like all this, I think it's all needed for some sort of a balance. I can't explain how war is needed for a balance, but that's why he weakened the war devil instead of taking it out completely, right? So I just wanted to say here, like, with the inclusion of the concept of nuclear weapons being reintroduced, it's almost as if it's a completely new concept again. Like, they never existed before at all. So now that they've randomly started existing, they're even being perceived and spoken about as if they just now started existing. Okay, now the war that's going on, because there is a war going on, the war devil has been getting stronger the whole series. Asa and Yoru, whatever she's been doing, she's revived some of her kids and all that. She's been getting power. People have been fearing war. She's been making that happen this whole time. So she is gaining the power as she wants. But as we see, she can't even kill Denji anymore. Because she has feelings for him and whatnot. So she has gained that power that she's been looking for. Okay, but the big question, okay, I did a lot of ranting, a lot of talking there. I hope it made sense. But the big question is, how and why now is the concept of nuclear weapons coming back? I think it's because of what happened to Denji. No, it's not this panel with him getting stabbed in the head. Because Denji's been stabbed in his head plenty of times. He's immortal, basically. He's going to heal from something like that. If you look at this panel right here, with Denji laying down, This blade is in his stomach. I think Denji's stomach being ripped open might be the trigger that enables this concept to be, brought back to reality, the concept to be remembered. She even questions, no, why did I remember? So whatever happened to Denji, I feel like has restored a piece of her, aka the nuclear weapon devil, has been possibly unleashed from whatever void or pit that Chainsaw Man's stomach is that erases concepts and devils' names. Okay, so with the resurrection of nuclear weapons, this means that possibly other devils have been reborn. Okay, so that means some of the concepts that Makima mentioned. Okay, some of the concepts that Makima mentioned are possibly going to come back. And I think this one right here, I think this one of these, I forget which one. I think it's the SOA. There was some sort of star that made the children go crazy, and it was just like a star devil that like erased the minds and made the children go crazy and started killing them and all that sort of shit. And by the way, yeah, I did get the screenshot from online because when I searched it up, apparently other people kind of talked about the concept of like, you know, earlier in chapter 104 of this new part of Chainsaw Man, when Yoru was speaking about the concept of war and how parts of her has been eaten and taken out of her. Apparently, people have always been making that connection. I'm not the only one, so it's good to see that people have been, paying attention to what's been getting set up in Chainsaw Man, because even this panel right here, and the fact that he's only eaten part of Yoru, I think is telling us that he's not going to completely eat any of the four sisters. He's not going to wipe out any of these concepts. So I guess that's enough for me. I'm going to end this video here. I don't want to rant any more than I already did. Okay. And yeah, Denji, I think his stomach being cut open is the reason for the concepts coming back. That's, I guess, the main point of this video. But yeah, Asa Oppenheimer, she's back, full power apparently. Let's see how that plays out. I'm out. Please.